Boom! Yes, folks, Hume here again. So we come to talk about this whole issue of education. Again, springing out of the press conference today, the post-cabinet press conference. All right. So one of the things that the Prime Minister was at pains to say today was that the whole question of certainty doesn't exist where this COVID-19 thing is concerned. So, in other words, we still haven't had a firm, definitive declaration as to what is taking place where school is concerned, when school opening, when you have exams and whatever. Right? The first timetable again would have been June, July. The second timetable would have been September/October for the exams. So from my personal perspective, pending confirmation from the ministry, of course, it seems highly unlikely that we will have an exams in July. Right? If for that to happen, there will have to be some drastic deviation from the present train of events, where even though there has been a flattening, a second flattening, as I call it in my own graphs, even though there has been a second flattening in terms of the rates of infection, we still are looking to see what will happen as they start to expand the testing into the various communities all over the country. Yeah, that's some neighbors talking in the background there, right? So we kind of in a state of suspended animation. We're not sure what's going on. So, barring some drastic deviation from the present train of events, we will more than likely have exams more likely school will be opening in September, which means that the new school year will be starting in January. Now, I want to spend some time today talking to the Form 4s in particular, those who are going into Form 5. So in other words, we would have had people finishing Form 4 in July, and they would have had the holidays. Some would have relaxed, some would have used the time to do some work and thing, and then they would have started Form 5 in earnest in September. But the commencement of Form 5 will now take place in January. So what that means essentially is that for the purposes of Form 4, you now have May, June, July, August. That's 4 months. You have 4 full months before school open back. And then of course you have September, October, November, December. And then you have another 4 months. So in other words, you have 8 full months as a Form 4 student before your Form 5 would officially be started. And I want to make an appeal to anybody who's seeing this, whether you're a Form 4 student or a parent of a Form 4 or a friend of a parent who have a Form 4 student, whatever it is, to make full use of this 8 months. You're not going to get time like this ever again. Alright? Especially the first 4 months, the 4 months in the holidays. That is the main 4 months we're talking about. Because having lost the third term that would have started on the 20th of April to the end of July, to the beginning of July, sorry, and then going into the vacation, you lost the third term, and then you have what is virtually an extended vacation. Right? So what I am suggesting is, having lost that, to use this vacation, this extended vacation, as a period to do some work. Alright? There will be a gradual easing of restrictions depending on how the thing go, and we still don't know how that's going yet. Right? But for the most part, everybody home, people don't really have a whole set of places to go. So between the parents and the students, especially those of you in Form 4, this 4 months will make all the difference. Right? Don't wait until you start in September to now be scrambling now to start back remembering stuff that you forget. This is the time to do that. And I mean, I'm guessing that teachers will do whatever they have to do, however they have to do it. It is not my place to suggest to teachers how they do their thing. Everybody do their thing in their own way. But I am speaking to students and the parents. Use this 4 months, right? So that when you start September, you could push and get to a particular point by the end of December. So in other words, if you're in a position where you could finish your syllabus by the end of December 2020, then aim for that. Because it will give you now the January to June period. You don't want to be scrambling after Carnival. And you had to do this and you had to do that, and it's SBA and it's this and it's that and it's rah rah rah. No. It is better to push hard in the earlies. Push hard now, so that you could have some semblance of normality later on. Don't relax now. Now is not the time to relax. It is a different time, it is a different period, but it is a golden opportunity for students in Form 4. You're basically getting a kind of extra time now to relax a little bit now, maybe take a 2-3 weeks until the beginning of May, and then once May start, you have 8 full months before the end of 2020, before your official Form 5 would start. Alright? So, for whatever it is worth, consider that suggestion very, very seriously. Right? The Form 5s will be in a slightly different position because they will be having basically 4 extra months to prepare for the exams in September if things go as they seem to be going right now. Alright? And again, I could talk to the Form 5s now. Use this 4 months. This is a gift. Right? If I could invoke some religious language now, this is a gift from above. So, even in the midst of this whole situation where everybody uncomfortable and it's inconvenient and it's this and it's that, from the perspective of a student, you have a golden opportunity. You have 4 extra months to prepare. A lot of students would have been going into the exam in May, June, kind of wibbly wobbly. This is your chance to do something to improve your position. Right? Forget vacation. Forget the whole idea of holidays and vacation and things. Right? All these 16 and the 15 and the 17-year-olds, girls in particular, who are planning on having what they call a hot girl summer. Forget that. You could have a hot girl summer in 2021. Right? You could push that back a little bit. So in other words, this is an opportunity for us to be serious about serious things. Right? Your schooling is a serious thing. It is not always pleasant. It is not always fun. But the benefits of taking your schooling seriously are way, way beyond, way past just the whole idea of getting a good job. There's plenty more than that. But that is a whole other conversation. We will have that conversation at another time. Alright? So that's basically it. That's basically it. I just thought that I would take the opportunity to talk in whatever way that I could to encourage people. Use your time wisely. Don't spend these 4 months complaining. Use the 4 months. Get to work. Form 4 and the Form 5s in particular. Right? The Form 3s and going on all there, it wouldn't really affect you all too much because by the time you all get to Form 4 and Form 5, barring any other unforeseen circumstance, things will be pretty much back to normal. So we're basically looking at between 1 and 2 years of a kind of adjustment to get back into the normal train of things. But even in that time period, the people who fall within that time period, the Form 4s and the Form 5s, you have before you, if things continue as they're looking like continuing, a golden opportunity. You couldn't plan it better yourself if you had tried to do that. Good? So in the midst of all the inconvenience, in the midst of all the discomfort, in the midst of all the things that people would want to complain about, for the students, Form 4 students who are in schools, the Form 5 students who are in schools, and even the private students who would have signed up for the exam in June, and you now have to write the exam in October, you have, well, 5 months basically. Because if you have 4 months up to the end of August, and then you have another month after school open, that's 5 months. You have 5 months extra. Use the time wisely. Stop complaining that you can't go to the beach, and you can't go to the river, and you can't do this and you can't do that. Start thinking about what you could do. And as somebody who, if you have any exam at all to write in June, one of the things you could definitely do, if the exam ends up being in October, is use the 4 to 5 months wisely and put yourself in a better position. That's it. That's it for now. So as always, keep good, take care, stay safe, observe the relevant protocols, do what you have to do, don't do what you don't have to do. Alright, so see you in the next video.